JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 48-year-old farmer charged with rape of a minor in Portland. A 48-year-old farmer was yesterday arrested and charged with rape following an incident in Commodore District, Portland, on Friday, July 31. Lawmen said that about 9 p.m., a 15-year-old girl was on her way home when she was attacked by the farmer who assaulted her. The matter was later reported to the police and the farmer subsequently arrested. His court date is being finalized. 2 men charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammo. 2 men have been arrested and charged for breaches of the Firearms Act following an incident in Victoria Town, Kingston 12 yesterday. The men have been identified as 34-year-old Edward Murray and 22-year-old O'Shane Thomas, both from the area. The police said that about 10:45 a.m. officers were on an operation in the area when Murray, on seeing the police, reportedly ran inside his house. The lawmen followed him inside the house where Thomas was also seen. A search was conducted and one high-point 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 9mm rounds of ammunition was found. Thomas and Murray have been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Their court dates are being finalized. Needy resident gets house on the Councillior's Legacy project. Living under a zinc and tarpaulin structure and getting stoned at nights by unruly youngsters is really an awful way to live. But this is what 51-year-old Ivan Lawrence, also known as Bad Care, of Lymore, St. Anne, had to contend with over a period of time. One Sunday morning, after a night when his humble abode was again stoned by undisciplined culprits, he ended up at the home of the councillor for the Lymore division, Genevor Gordon-Bailey, and with tears in his eyes, told her frankly, "Councillor, me want somewhere to live. Some boy now stop stone me little place at night time." Gordon-Bailey, who knew of Lawrence's situation prior, was so touched by his outcry that by the next day, she was able to confirm with him that she would offer some assistance under a 2020 Legacy project. On Thursday, Gordon-Bailey handed over the gift of a lifetime to Lawrence, a studio apartment built at a cost of $1.5 million. Some of the same youths who used to stone him at nights were there to witness Lawrence's elevation to a decent place to live. It's a legacy project which was activated in April, but based on what we're going through, we started it in June, Gordon-Bailey said. He was living under zinc and tarpaulin, and now he has a studio apartment consisting of bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen. It's a concrete structure with decked roof, complete with electrical wiring and water connection. He also received a water tank because the area has water problems, she said. We got $1.2 million from the municipal corporation for the Legacy project, and we had donations, so we ended up spending about $1.5 million. Another $122,000 in donated funds was used to provide furnishing for the apartment, and this covered, among other things, a bed, a dresser, a television, a fan, a table, chairs, a refrigerator, a stove with gas, and a nice potted plant on the veranda. The council said every dollar spent on the project had to be accounted for. Lawrence was overwhelmed with the donation and shared just a few words. "Yes, man, it's a good thing and I appreciate it. Me have to big up the council and big up Andrew Holness," Lawrence said. This was Gordon-Bailey's 3rd legacy project and her most impactful one. Her 2018 project focused on building restrooms and a sitting area at the Steerton Community Centre, and the 2019 one similarly focused on the Lime Hall Community Centre, which was renovated and a wall built. This is my 3rd, and let me say to you that it is one of the greatest feelings for me as a councillor. I have done many projects and everything, but I just feel really good about this one, Gordon-Bailey said. The council expressed gratitude to those who assisted in making the project possible, including W&W Hardware in Steertown, Teddy's Hardware in St. Anne's Bay, Mrs. Anita Bicknell, and community member Trevor Clark, also known as Bigger, who built the house at a greatly reduced cost. Jamaican ex-pastor gets 30-year sentence for repeatedly raping girl. The former minister of a Connecticut church who was convicted of repeatedly raping a girl beginning when she was 6 has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. Oreen Cole, 45, continued to maintain his innocence During the sentencing hearing Friday in Bridgeport Superior Court, the Connecticut Post reported. The victim faced Cole as she spoke during the hearing. "You took something from me I can never get back. My innocence," the woman, now in her 20s, said. "You took me under your wing not to protect me, but to hurt me over and over again. Mr. Cole, you hurt me so bad." Cole showed no reaction to the victim's words and instead continued to maintain his innocence. "I am here to fight for my life," Cole told Superior Court Judge Eugene Calestro. "I never sexually assaulted her. I am hurt, disappointed in the victim." But the judge retorted that Cole had admitted to police he had sexually assaulted the victim 3 to 4 times a month and that sexually abusing her was a way of showing her love. Just prior to committing the sexual assaults, you told the victim you needed her help. "A minister stands in a position of trust," the judge said. Prosecutors said Cole, a former minister at a Bridgeport church, began raping the girl when she was in kindergarten, and the assaults continued until 2017 when she was a teenager. A jury convicted him of 3 counts of first-degree sexual assault in March. After prison, Cole would be on probation for 30 years and have to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. His public defender, Bradford Butcher, said Cole is a Jamaican citizen and likely would face deportation after prison. Juliet Holness appeals to Jamaicans to choose wisely where they build their houses. Member of Parliament, MP for St. Andrew East Rural Juliet Holness, has made an impassioned plea to her constituents and Jamaicans at large to take serious responsibility of how they settle and where they choose to build houses. Holness, who was on location in Shooters Hill yesterday as efforts to recover the body of 15-year-old Sanique Leachman ended, said that over the years many people had settled on land which is not good to build on, and because of economic circumstances they are also unable to erect proper reinforcements to prevent landslides. We find that from time to time we take a chance, and many may not have anything happen for many years, but when tragedy hits we understand the difficulty with not having the proper infrastructure around our homes and communities to protect life and property, she said. But Holness said though the current circumstances were heartbreaking, she continues to educate her constituents as other walls in the area have slid and were at risk of slippage. A lot of them are stone walls which depend on compression and weight bearing down. They're not built with the proper foundation. They don't have the right base. They're not built with the proper bottom, so they are weak walls. When you look at the soil type, on my left, it is sandy hill, and on my right, it is marl mixed with clay. So it doesn't hold for a lot of the structures persons have come to put up in the area, she said. She added, a lot of the area we are standing in now has been captured land from years gone by. Persons have been approaching to say get title, but the government also has to be very careful in us being a part of a process of facilitating the issuing of titles in spaces we know are not proper for persons to live because they will not be safe. The St. Andrew East Rural MP also expressed relief that Sanique's body was recovered following a land slippage at her Shooters Hill home in St. Andrew that also claimed her father's life. I am saddened that she is dead, but also there's a sense of relief for the family and the community in just finding out that she has been found. A lot of persons were worried that she would not be found at all. So I know there's a sense of relief for the family and the community that they have been able to locate her, Holness said. When I came yesterday, most of the members of the community were digging from early morning, and they had done their own assessment of the trajectory of the landslide in terms of where they thought Sanique could have been, and they were correct. They have dug about 5 feet below where they were yesterday morning and have finally discovered her. The MP also promised to give support to the family as they prepare to bury their loved ones. I am absolutely sure support will be given to the family. It is customary, even when we don't have situations as tragic as this, for persons who are in the position of need to request help both from the Ministry of Labour and the Social Security. They will express that they need help from their MP, who will provide assistance to them through the Constituency Development Fund. I have already spoken to Rosemary and indicated they will be reaching out to them regarding burial assistance, Holness said. Meanwhile, local government Minister Desmond McKenzie commended the efforts of the Jamaica Fire Brigade and the community, and also urged Jamaicans to be mindful of where and how they build their homes. He added that the local government ministry, alongside the National Works Agency, NWA, has been doing an assessment of the damage and seeking to offer support to individuals in weak infrastructure. A lot of the areas, the housing stock cannot remain at the same level. It's just not possible because a large portion of where these houses are has been compromised. So the job for us now is to seek temporary shelter for these persons who are in need of shelter. And then once we have gotten over that, there has to be a look at the overall state of the area as it relates to the conditions that the residents are living under, Mackenzie said. The sadness of the day is the removal of the body of this young innocent child, and we grieve with the family at this time. As Mrs. Holness said, the government will provide the necessary assistance in helping to close the chapter. And although that is not enough, it is one problem the family won't have to worry about, Mackenzie continued. 2 more COVID-19 deaths recorded, 44 new cases. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has announced the recording of 2 more COVID-19 related deaths locally within a 24-hour period ending Saturday afternoon, bringing the confirmed COVID-19 death toll nationally to 188. The deceased are a 72-year-old male for St. Catherine address and a 70-year-old male for St. Elizabeth address. Additionally, the ministry has advised of 44 new cases of the virus over the same 24-hour period, bringing the total number of confirmed positive cases nationally to 8,714. The new cases include 24 males and 20 females. The ages among the new cases range from 9 months to 96 years. St. Catherine with 11 led the way among the parishes among the new cases. Over the 24-hour period, a total of 461 samples were tested, the ministry reported, and recoveries also increased significantly, with 73 cases being recorded. The ministry also reported that of 134 persons now hospitalized for the virus, 21 are classified as being moderately ill, while 4 are classified as being critically ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.